It's rematch time! Best of 5 in the loser bracket. It's the losers bracket final, and we have LeBeast against Carried Captain. And yes, we had this match before in the winner bracket. And back then, it was the blue team that was able to decide it with Bishops and Macke, which was a bit of a surprise, because if you look over to who we have playing for Carried Captain, those are some pretty big names. Now, they changed things a little bit. Mena has been playing, at least today, in a support role exclusively, and that seems to be working really well for the team. Not sure if they're going to continue with those roles in this series, but it's definitely interesting. Alterac Pass kicks us off. Again, if you guys are not familiar with the tournament, this is the Nexus Cup. It's a French tournament. They have special rules, meaning that every single team has to have at least 3 French players. So that's one of the reasons why it's mostly mixed teams, as of course a few teams that already had 3 French players to begin with, so for them it's a bit of an advantage. But yeah, French tournament, French rules, a lot of French players, and we're going to see who's going to take victory here today and moves on to the grand final, where Team Ra is waiting. And they had, of course, the slight advantage that they already play with 3 French players in their team, so yeah, that's kind of nice. Blaze gets banned. We also have a quick ban on Tracer. Obviously, we're expecting that Hanzo is going to play a bit of a role, since Bishops is, yeah, very much so not a Hanzo one trick. He has a lot of other heroes that he can play, and he showcased that. But if he can play as Hanzo, he will play as Hanzo. And he is good enough on the hero that a lot of other teams respect that and try to either ban Hanzo out or pick it away from him for themselves. So he is going to play a role in this series for sure. So Ixia, he's another one that we need to address, maybe not on Alterac Pass, but on other maps. His Zarya is oftentimes banned out, so that's something to keep in mind for future drafts in this best of 5. Myrden and Sylvanas as the early picks. Lauber is just continuing with the trend that we have seen in previous games from him, playing with Myrden as much as he can. Tobos on Sylvanas. And he was honestly the one that, especially in the previous series, in the first map Infernal Shrines, had a huge impact on their win. So his Sylvanas can do work, for sure. Play with Joanna and Ixia with Rhaegar. Whereas it's now ban time, and we still have Macke that could be addressed. I mean, he already was targeted with the bans a little bit, since he got rid of Tracer very early on. But what is Macke going to play here today? That's of course still the question. And also, what are we seeing from Mena in particular? Is it again the support? If so, what? They played the Nova game. They played with Tyrael Judgment and Nova Precision Strike in the previous series. Granted, they were already 2-0 ahead, so they could afford to lose the game and could go a bit out of the box with it. But it was very, very fun to see that. Definitely a blast from the past with that composition. Those were the days. Archon and Odin. Double Odin Bloodlust. When Abathur could still clone ults and stuff like that. Ah, God, that was it. Archon, double Odin, Bloodlust, and you just went ham and farmed gold all day, every day. That's actually a thing. Back then I was playing with Chris and a lot of the other boys, always in the mornings. So you would wake up, would get your breakfast, and we would just like farm as a 5-man Storm League in the morning to get enough gold to be able to get other heroes and to get ourselves mounts. Back then it was much harder to get gold. There were no daily quests or nothing, so you had to win. So we would just do that not all day, but we would just go the entire time and just go for push compositions and do that as much as we could. That was funny. The good old days. But yeah, obviously, since then, a lot of stuff changed. By now, I'm sitting on so much gold, and there's no new hero coming that you can buy with it. So, yeah, that happened. Karazim gets picked, and we got Genji, so a lot of ability here. Everybody has some tools that they can jump around with. Mena is picking the bald brother over there, staying in role. And, well, the last 2 picks, what are we getting for Macke? What is Macke going to get us here? Oh, we get Maiev and we have Zul. So a lot of wave clear that they can use as they're rotating between the lanes. Zul in particular can be very annoying with this. And it's also going to bring the AoE in the big fights. Bit of a lockdown for him too. Yeah, an Alterac Pass, you can try and pull it off for sure. North America tried it at the offline event in Miami, where they also played Zul. And there's Copenhagen with his Sonya pick. Alright guys, map number 1. Let's go, and let's see which team takes the lead in the best of 5 series at the losers bracket final. It's not the starting map that I expected, but it should be fun. We have LeBeast against Carried Captain, Alterac Pass with Ui on Zul, Ixion, Rega. Clay is playing Johanna, Bishops on Hanzo, and Make on Maiev. The right side of the map with Carried Captain, playing with Mena on Karazim, Lauba on Muradin, Yasu on Genji, Tobos on Sylvanas, and Copenhagen playing Sonya. I'm excited for this series. It was cool to see that in the winner bracket, and now that we have the revenge attempt, Carried Captain, they're just trying to prove that they can take these boys down. And it's a lot of mobility that we're seeing for the blue team. Mena, of course, riding in style on the money pick as he should, already on the way down to the bottom of the map. And here comes Maiev. Make was just waiting for it, so already a bit of a cleave and a hit, but the Stormbolt hits him hard. Maybe he overstepped. Nah, still able to save himself. Obviously. Oh, Genji. Oh my god. Brother gets brother. And he's dead. Genji is down. That went a little bit too deep. And the fight continues as they go for main and they drop him to not really the best start for Carried Captain, but definitely a spicy one. And we're going to take another look at that kill. Look at this. He's trying to escape here, and then Hanzo with a hit, and the last arrow connects and takes him down. That was a really nice first kill here. Now, at the same time, what else do we have? We got Copenhagen attacked, and he might also fall. Yeah, gets attacked very quickly, but is able to move out. Bishops, on the other hand, he falls. So that's at least one counter kill. The brotherly revenge right here. He is still moving away and has the fountain cooldown also available, so he doesn't even have to hearth. But that was a very explosive early game. Now, when you're up against the Sylvanas, you're obviously splitting on the map a bit so that she can't go for that annoying tower push in the early game. But that led then to this crazy situation right there. And yeah, Hanzo just doing work with the geometry. It's the aggression that we expected. Let's face it. These two teams, they have a score to settle. And they went for aggressive combos. So yeah, Lauba is already jumping out here as he's getting dropped. And boy, they are just pushing. They're going at it right now. A little bit of a dive at the same time as the Stormbolt connects now too. Lauba gets attacked. He needs to be careful. And well, that's the Dwarf gone. 3 kills, 2-1. LeBeast beasting it in the early game. Bishops with the sad cloud over here. And still fighting it out with Genji. Yeah, they get some damage in. He honestly wanted to go for it, and then he saw that Rega was also in the mix. And that shut it down quite quickly. Now Tobos still doing some work with his Sylvanas. He's the one that we also have to watch out for. But Make is just going at it. Time and time again, he's trying to go for the engage to drop the tether and create a bit of a problem. Full slam bam build for Eminem. So Sonya at the top is just slamming away. And Will is already doing this. By the way, if you don't understand the Eminem reference, then you must be a little bit newer to Heroes of the Storm. And I just... Yep, Eminem is down. Mom spaghetti. So I just want to very quickly highlight, take a close look at Sonya's portrait and then think about Eminem and think about an orange wig. That's all you gotta think about here. Might have ruined the hero for you now, but I honestly don't really care because now you know and you never can unsee it. So there it is. I mean, right there in all its beauty. Big kills coming in still, so everybody is just going all-out aggression here. Obviously, when you're playing on Alterac Pass, one of the most important things to do is to take this camp every single time that it's available. And that's what they're currently doing quite consistently. Main is also getting attacked. Level 7 talents are already available for LeBeast, so that gives the blue team quite the advantage in these little skirmishes that we're seeing in the mid lane now. Top side, already Zul still holding the line. Being a little bit careful, so he doesn't know if maybe someone is trying to jump in from the side and assisting. There's more poke happening right here in the mid lane, as now it seems to be Carried Captain's turn to get some damage in at those structures. So yep, there it is. Starting to make the play here, a little bit more poke against Tobos and Lauba, so that forces them back, but the camp still needs to be taken down. Bottom of the map also similar picture, wall is already down, tower falls too. So yeah, Yaz is dealing with it. Objective is up, by the way, the entire time, and nobody cares about it. Objective has been on for a long time now. They might even wait until level 10 until they finally make a play. Oftentimes teams wait at least until level 7 talents are available, and here we're gonna get a play from the blue team as they at least attempt to get a slight lead on this one. Not gonna help them too much. But yeah, they get a slight advantage. Get a few seconds down. Jojo could still move in here. Mako already jumping back out. And, well, can they go for Jojo? Johanna gets attacked. Oh, and he's able to move away. But for a moment, I thought that the red team might have just committed a bit too hard to this one. Seems like they're able to get out, though. But Lauber is dealing with bishops, or the other way around. And there's a reason why Bishop's Hanzo is oftentimes taken away from him. He's pretty good at it. Pokes out a lot of damage, is able to get... I mean, he got the kill earlier against Genji in the first place, but obviously even in these little encounters, he's doing pretty well. 17,000 damage for him already at this point in time. And as you can see, a bit of control over the camp for Lauber. Yeah, but he has level 10 abilities. And we get a lot of stuns. At this point, we're talking Blessed Shield. You have also the disc, and he tries to dodge it, can't. So Blessed Shield is going to come out in a moment. There's the tether first, and that is likely a kill, maybe not. What? Oh, first we give them hope, and then we take it away. He thought he was safe, and then Bishops comes in and just drops him. So yeah, Sonya's down 2, so it's a kill into a second one. The follow-up was there. They try to go for Yasuo now too, and this is looking good. The palm gets attached, and he survives, is able to swift strike out. Good for him. But boy, I like this game. This is awesome. This is a really, really nice start. First objective for the blue team, LeBeast. With the plays, yeah. Lauber again with his Haymaker. He really likes it. It was successful for him in the previous round. Well, in the winner bracket. But at this point, he might be in for a bit of a beating if this continues. Because with 7 kills to 2, you can clearly tell which team is currently dominating in the team fights. Stormbolt is also missing. Maiev is moving in again. Blessed Shield is back up, so they could use that too if they're moving in. Play E. Is he going to make the play here? There's the tether. Could do it now and does it right away. That drops Sylvanas. Genji on the move out. Hanzo! He wants the kill and he nearly gets it, but he can't quite land that last hit. But Lauber, he falls. 9 kills, 2-2. And now they have a great chance with the objective to take multiple of these forts. Really well played. The arrow, by the way, connects, but it doesn't land the kill here. So Mena was now also interrupted. But yeah, he's crushing it. Look at Bishops there for a second. His Hanzo has 30,000 damage already. Second highest damage in the game is currently Genji with only 20k. And he's doing his best to fight back, but it's real tricky. 2 forts have fallen. Topside Sonya is trying to do some damage on the top left, but even that isn't really working out for them. He is still defending as best as he can. There's an entire level lead that we're talking about now. And Copenhagen needs to be careful. Hello, team. Is he going to get a solo kill? He's baiting them in pretty much. Sacrifices himself, more or less. Yeah. I mean, Sonya's going to die, don't get me wrong. But I think he could have survived there too. So yeah, Copenhagen, he's still getting some slam damage out. But of course, he has no chance there. He was completely put into a corner. They were hoping that they may be going back here through the gap, so Lauber and Yasuo anticipating a rotation. That didn't really happen yet. Still on level 13 for them. And they are trying to collapse on Ixia now, but well, there are a few more heroes that can assist them. Good Stormbolt. There's, on the other hand, the disc, but the rest of the team just isn't there. So with Tobas now also moving in, there's just nothing you can do here. Maka moves back out. But in comes the Blessed Shield and he misses it! Nice dodge from Yasuo. Yasuo dodges the Blessed Shield, dances around a bit. He already expected that Jojo comes in from the bottom. The arrow hits again. Mena is stunned out, but Genji was not affected by it. Ancestral has to be used too. Zul is dealing with the side lanes as all of this happens. And so is Sonya. So by now, we have them with 10 kills to 3. Another move for Genji. This time the disc is there, and they could most potentially get the kill now. Is it enough damage? Nope, it's not. Well, actually, hold your horses. Zul is coming in now too and is trying for it again, but the X-Strike gets used, and Jesus, that game is everywhere. Poison over! Sylvanas is dead. What about Mene? Mene gets out, and so does Genji. Muradin hasn't fully escaped yet. Sonya has taken the fort down at the bottom of the map. The dwarf dead once again. Copenhagen realizes that he has to pony it out of there and is already on the run. Pings are in, and at the top, Make drops Genji. What a slaughter! 16 kills already. Oh boy, they are just moving in with one aggressive move after another. It was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, you now have a talent advantage, of course, with level 16, so that leads right away to a move for boss topside. Helps them, of course. There's not really a whole lot that the red team can do against this. You don't want to end up in a team fight against an opponent that has a level 16 talent over you. So, yeah, no choice made yet for Rhaegar. Besides that, we got the Vengeful Knives in and also the Bladed Armor. And here comes Muradin to at least double check if the boss is taken. They could have maybe moved down to the bottom of the map and tried to go for a counter, but that didn't work. He has again the disc, and they should be able to at least chunk him down a bit. There was no Johanna available for a follow-up stun with the Blessed Shield, but they get the arrow out. Bishops is in a perfect position for it. Great palm from Karazim, but the fight continues as Genji jumps out, and the push is just too much for them to handle now at this point. Down goes Sylvanas. They are super low, already on the run. Lauba is in trouble. He knows it as well. Tries to turn it on Hanzo. That's not happening, but at least Muradin doesn't die here, and that was important. 17 kills. Another fort has fallen. Sonya on the side lane looking for experience, trying to help them and get them to level 16 for the extra talent. Objective also claimed, and yes, once we have that move in, it's going to be more structures falling here. Copenhagen a bit low, but the rest of the red team is helping out, but it doesn't change Sonya's fate. She dies regardless. Ancestrally, it wasn't even needed in this case. Didn't hit bishops with it either. So currently everybody just backing off. We still have the Stormbolt connecting, but Shield is back up in 5 seconds. That would be the problem. The palm! They waited out. Genji down. Hanzo is able to drop his brother. Muradin dies a second later. And now they're moving back into the middle with another arrow connected. Mene is having no chance here. Mene falls, the top keep is under pressure, the middle keep as well. The objective isn't even here yet. Finally they got level 16, but that doesn't matter anymore. This just has to be game. At this point, if they're going for a double keep play and then they still run a 5 versus 2 game on them, they should be able to close this out. The 2 armor shields are going to be dropped in just another moment. They won't be able to hold that. And of course, then the core is wide open and they can take the boss down. It could be even a follow-up kill now with Sonya being caught. Make is absolutely crushing it on my F, I gotta say. One of the discs after another are just hitting their targets. 57,000 damage for Hanzo, 39,000 damage for Maiev, and they are gonna finish what they started here. This has to be the 1-0 lead in the best of 5 here, the losers bracket final. And indeed it is LeBeast with a dominant victory on map number 1 in this best of 5 series. Nicely done. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Map number 2, Sky Temple, LeBeast crushing it on Alterac Pass. I was a bit surprised at how quickly that started to snowball there towards the end, and I gotta admit that I was not ready for Make's Maiev. That was solid. Also, of course, Hanzo for bishops, but that we were very well aware of. So now we're heading into Sky Temple and we'll see what they can do over here. But yeah, it's kind of funny how dominant that was towards the end. I mean, once that those team, you know, if you have a very team fight heavy game with a lot of kills, then oftentimes you have a situation where slowly but steadily a team pulls ahead in experience a little bit. They get the extra talent that gives them an added advantage, and then the map opens up, they can build on the advantage, and it just snowballs. But yeah, that was still a very, very strong performance from LeBeast. And of course, it continues the trend that we've seen in the winner bracket, where the blue team was already able to take down carried captain and send them to the losers bracket. For Mane and his boys, they have to step it up a little bit. And here's the Hanzo ban. Yeah, I talked about it during the first draft. Hanzo getting banned against bishops is something that we need to get used to. or picked away. He had a huge impact there. He got so many kills. He had a ton of connected arrows too. That was a very good performance from him once more. But again, it is a little bit interesting if you think about it. Most people, when you show them the two teams and you just tell them who's on which team, would instinctively say, okay, carry captain, they have the advantage, right? They're coming in with Mane, they have Lauber, they have Copenhagen, Yasu, Tobos, and it's immediately, okay, these guys, they will probably have a bit of an edge over the blue team. But far from it. This is the second time that the two teams go up against each other in this tournament, and once again it is LeBeast that takes the lead. But we're still on the first map, or just now on the second map, in the best of 5. So we'll see. Mane is coming in, playing Brightwing, and we was playing the Haka. So we already get globals here on Sky Temple. It's not a map that we see a whole lot. Sky Temple is always a little bit on the weird side. I mean, the problem with Sky Temple is honestly that it's very scripted in the way that the objective works and which towers pop up. And oftentimes it accumulates in a big fight around the boss, because you can either throw a Hail Mary when you're behind, or you take the lead with level 20 and you decide that you want to exploit that advantage by going for the boss and then putting the final nail into the coffin of your opponent. Blaze, last time it was banned, not picked this time. Instead we have the Haka, so it already indicates that they are playing more of a macro game here with Sylvanas. That makes sense too. One of the reasons why we now have Falstad. A straight up battle, Blaze is usually the side laner that most teams prefer, but the Haka adds, of course, the global, and that's actually pretty big. So, yeah. You could try and really have side lane soak with the Haka, go there and dominate that a bit, and then use Sylvanas on a main push and try and play that out. So there's a couple of different approaches that you can have on this one. But, I mean, we've so far only seen 2 picks. They missed their ban. What is this, Pleb City? What's happening here? Yeah, that's a big fail. That's an F right there. I mean, that is an F in chat if I've ever seen one. Really? You missed your ban? Come on, boys. Make, that one's on you. Tracer gets banned. Maybe it's the sign of dominance, you know? Like, we don't even need to ban anything against you. So yeah, Tracer gets banned. Let's see if they at least lock in their picks. There was actually this fun thing that when I talked to the boys in Miami, one of the things that they talked about, that sometimes when they're playing X Cup qualifier games, occasionally they're going for like more or less of a random pick, so they go and select a hero that has already been banned or picked, and then they see what the game gives them. And for me, it's always the weird scenario, because I kind of know that, but if they then win the game, Team talked about it, there's always some people in chat like, oh my god, what an ingenious pick, you know, and with hindsight they come in and they explain why that pick was fantastic, even though it was an absolute garbage pick, and they usually only do it when they're like heavily ahead and they know that they are outclassing the opponent. But they talked about this and I was like, yeah, thanks you dumbasses, and I'm sitting there and explain to people that they shouldn't do this at home, and half the chat thinks that it's a fantastic pick and a completely new strategy that you just invented. And they were just laughing. It was like, that's not cool. So, yeah. Lauber doesn't get his Varian this time. Play takes it, so now we have Varian, Muradin. So now we have Varian for Lauber, and we get Jaina together with that too. So still a sniper composition. And it's a bit old school, because back in the day when you went for any kind of lockdown plus kill combo, you went for Jaina. So yeah, this time they're going to do exactly that, with Blaze and Brightwing adding additional CC. Yeah, and on top of that, we already get Marco and Lunara. Alright guys, Sky Temple, map number 2 in the losers bracket final. Let's see which team takes it. Can they carry their captain? Or will Mane prove to be uncarryable today? Let's find out. Sky Temple, map number 2. Game number 2! Let's get ready for the action on Sky Temple with Ui on De Haka. We got Bishops on Sylvanas, Play on Muradin, Ixia is playing Lucio in the second game, and Make on Lunara. Bambi time! Right side of the map, carry captain with Yasu playing Jaina, Tobos on Falstad. We got Mane on Brightwing, Copenhagen on Blaze, And Lauber is playing Varian. Oh, I don't like that. High King's Quest. I mean, if you're going into High King's Quest at level 1, the first thing that comes to mind is that you don't gonna go taunt. There is no way he picks anything else but taunt. I mean, Lauber, for the love of God, I let the Haymaker slide already, but don't go and jump into Smash right now. Just can't be it. So, yeah. I will see who's able to get the first kill here. But, okay, goodbye. Nice knowing you. Frontline Jaina still not successful. Even in 2022, it's just not working. So yeah, she gets caught by the quick rotation thanks to Lucio, and that was a little bit too much. Oh god. That was a quick kill. So yeah, goodbye. But yeah, at this point, we have the first kill already in. Up at the top, a bit of a battle is also emerging. Down here, they are at least trying to punish Muradin a little bit. Play is just dropping around here. The Dwarf launch, still active. Okay. So, for now, what else do we get? Anything crazy? Doesn't really seem like it. Fingers of Frost are in. Fingers of Frost is honestly a description of every girl I've ever met. I mean, I don't know if anybody can counter this, but have you ever met a girl that has like warm feet and hands? I mean, normally it's usually just Frost City all day, every day. And then us poor guys, we get abused as heaters. Don't you know that situation when like a girlfriend is coming in, you know, and like she has like super cold hands or super cold feet? And what does she do? What is the normal thing that you should do in that situation? You go in and you touch your boyfriend in the back or someone, you keep the hand there, okay? So you can warm your hand up, and as the guy, you're sitting there as like, ugh, but it's okay because that's the same spot, so it warms it up. What do girls do? They then touch you all over, and it's just like cold over and over and over again. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, girls somehow generate cold, which should scientifically impossible, but yeah, it's kind of nuts. So yeah, guys are always the heaters. So Fingers of Frost, I mean, I don't understand. Never seen anything else. Do we have hot hands? Kalthas has probably hot hands or something like that. That would be cool. Let's get a talent on Kalthas, the hot hands, just before he gets the Pyroblast dropped. Fingers warm up a little bit and he goes like, psh. So yeah, there it is. But yeah, so the first camps are taken. First objective is also coming up. We had the initial kill against Jaina, but nothing outside of that yet. And we actually get smashed. It's a sad moment. It's a very sad moment, but we get smashed. So they have a Jaina. They have multiple stuns as follow-ups and decided to go smash over taunt. I honestly don't really know what the thought process is here, but I guess they are trying to get a lot more damage out. The one thing that I always find funny, by the way, with Varian when he goes smash is that he yells a lot. I don't know what it is, but when you give Varian a bigger sword and when you let him smash a little bit, he's just yelling all day long. The entire time. It's kind of funny. It's like really loud. It's like he has a toothache or something. Did you see that? Did you hear that? And then Jaina comes in and takes the kill away. In Dota, we call that a kill steal. Now, they are able to lock in the kill against Muradin, though, but top shrine, top temple gets controlled now by Dehaka. So it's a little bit of a switch that we have between the teams. Technically, we have even a bit of a lead in experience for carry captain, but it seems like Mena might fall here. Yes! The only question is Ixia also gonna die? And the answer is, of course he does. So, both of the supports are gone, and Lauber is still smashing it on the temple. Going straight into the victory rush as his level 3 talent. This is like the first time in ages that we've seen that. So, yeah. Oh, Yasuo. Was about to say nice knowing you, but then I look at the minimap and I see way too many red heroes around, and there it is again. That guy's a toothache, certainly. Lauber very needs a dentist. Like, if you hear someone yelling like that on the street, you send help, you call an ambulance, you ask him if he has a problem, if you can help the poor man. Varian is just yelling and yelling and yelling and crying throughout the entire game, and nobody gives a shit. His teammates don't either. I mean, what kind of camaraderie is that? He has like 4 teammates, and they're just like, yeah, that's normal, it's just him, you know? It's just what he does. I mean, don't get me wrong, if Anduin was my son, I would yell too, but still. At some point, you gotta help the man. So, they are starting to push to the bot lane a little bit. Level 10 is obviously coming up next for both. But yep, there's the next fight. And Bambi's in trouble. Scratch that. Bambi is dead. But they are still getting lots of damage out with Bishops in particular on his Sylvanas. They just can't get the kills right now. So it's 2 kills to 3. And there's the early level 10 also for carried Captain. No big surprises there yet either. Varian heading at the same time into the shield wall. And yeah, at the top, that one has nearly been destroyed. Structures have so far not really been taken down. Outside of the 2 temples taken earlier, we haven't seen too much action. Water Elemental gets taken by Jaina. So we get Wally in. And we have on top of that also by now the high 5. So here we go. Oh yeah, Stormbolt is in. Lauber decides that he doesn't want to be there and moves out very quickly. The Haka on the other hand, he's looking for the lick, he's looking for the drag. He gets it. Oh, but the Blizzard! Sylvanas with a big silence right there. Yasu a bit low. I don't know why, but Jaina is always way out at the front here as he's trying to get another hit in, and that can backfire very, very quickly. Most of the ults used in the last battle. One of the exceptions was Bunker. Smash is back ready, and ooh, good. Copenhagen would have moved a little bit farther up into the Stormbolt. That might have been not the end of him necessarily, but he would have had to use Bunker, I suppose. So there's that. Now, already, Varian yelling again. You know he's serious when he's yelling. But look at the damage output that we're seeing from Sylvanas. I mean, Bishops, he was murdering it on Hanzo in the last game, and now he's also dropping real numbers with Sylvanas in most of these last few teamfights that we've just seen. But the control over the temple goes to carry Captain, so they're doing the structural damage now. Of course, the changes to the fountains has also impacted Sky Temple a bit. You can't take the fountain out that quickly anymore at the bot lane battle. That was always very, very important here when you were trying to control the second objective, that you attempted to take down your opponent's fountain, and that gave you more or less easy control over the lane itself. Now that doesn't really happen any longer. It also means, by the way, that less shots are needed, so it changes the equation a little bit. This one is nearly taken. Sylvanas, by the way, is split pushing topside, and Falsa is attempting to deal with it with very little success, as you might see. So, yeah. Once again, here comes the hit, and Lucio is down, the first one to fall. They still try to go for the counter kill, and guess who's coming from the top? The War Chief. Bishops is moving in, and they are likely going to get kills here. One down as Varian dies. They go for the drag and take it down. Jaina. Copenhagen is saved as Tobos moves in with the Mighty Gust, but they still lost 2. Structurally, it's a similar situation, but not quite the same, because the fall in the mid lane is extremely low in HP, and carry Captain is definitely in a bit of a better position. But Gust has been used, Varian is missing, so is Jaina, Lucia is on his way back in, and they decided that the risk is worth it to go for boss. Now Varian is back on the map, but he's going to nade some time. Can they get the kill here against Copenhagen? The answer is yes, they can. They take the kill, and they are going to claim the boss. We gets hit by the boss, we saw that, but still. So they get the early level 13, and now they can try and catch up not in structures and maybe even pull ahead a little bit. So good for them. Now push is coming through down here at the bottom of the map. Level 13 talents now available for both teams, but with the help of Sylvanas, they've also claimed Siege Giants, and now of course they can do real work here. I mean, look at this, Lauber down, everybody else low, Lulnara coming in with the big poison damage, and then you have Sylvanas too. Nice dodge, so they dodged out on the ult from the Haka. That hit nothing, but it also forced Jaina a bit back, and that results in an immediate kill against her. Situation's not getting any better for carry Captain. They are getting a bit ruffle-stomped at this point. Honestly, if this trend continues, then LeBeast is going to go through carried Captain like hot butter through cheese. They're moving in hard with the objective now popping up too. It's a 1.5 level lead in experience, so yeah. things are not looking too good. There's a lot of shots fired towards the middle already. Burning that fort down with ease. The only one that we currently have contesting it is Blaze. Now that variant comes in, maybe they can delay it a bit and catch some, but it's still tricky. Yeah, fort in the mid lane is gone. They stole at least a few of these hits, but let's see what else they can now pull off here. Sylvana's not even interested in all of this. Instead, she's just going for another camp, saying, guys, let's get some pressure going. Already at the bottom of the map, they're starting to take the wall down. Obviously, they're slowing things down so they can get level 16. Varian tries to jump in and gets immediately hit. Immediate stone bolt to the face there. It doesn't really work out well for them. So far, Anduin, yes, he has a little bit more damage than usual, but it's not really allowing for them to make plays like they normally would. And I think with Sylvana, sorry, with Jaina, they could have done a little bit more here. Talking about Jaina, Ice Block is up, and they get that. Nearly kill Lunara after Muradin already died early on. But the fight continues, and it's finally a drop on the Haka. They might get X here too. I gotta say that the red team in general is getting hit real hard by a lot of these abilities that are thrown out from Marker and Bishops, but it's just not enough to get them another kill. So, yes, here it is. Topside pressure. Off we go. 7 kills to 6, level 16 in, a little bit more Siege Giant damage from the bottom of the map. But at least Carry Captain is trying to do their thing, right? So they are trying to bring this back. It's not easy, but they are closing in on level 16, and that will give them a chance to fight for the next objective. And who knows? The boss should be up 2 minutes. Yeah, we don't have level 20 by then, so it will be up when both teams have level 16. But that can lead exactly to the scenario that I painted in the draft, that one team feels they need to go for the boss just so that they can catch up, and they throw a little bit of a Hail Mary. Got the northern exposure, the icy veins. Oh god. Honestly, the more I read these talent names, the more I feel half of these talent names are inspired by boyfriend-girlfriend memes. Do you guys know how the bed is being divided? Like, her side, also her side. Her pillow, also her pillow. You know the graphic, right? I mean, this is just so true. I still remember, like, when I was at university, I had like a big bed, like a really big bed, like 2 mattresses. And one night there was a girl was sleeping over, and she had her own side. She had her own blanket, by the way. This had 2 mattresses and 2 blankets. It was a massive bed. And in the middle of the night, I wake up, and all of a sudden, while sleeping, she, from the right side, grabs, like, reaches over, grabs on my left side the blanket and just rolls to her side, which immediately leaves me naked without a blanket in the bed. And I was just lying there. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And she all of a sudden has 2 blankets. I have none. And I was like, how unbelievably cheeky is that? That's a real story. That actually happened. It's absolutely crazy. It's just like, yeah, you can't win. First you get the frosty hands, and then they steal your blanket. That's what happens every time, I'm telling you. Talking about stealing things, it feels like they're trying to steal the game. First we had LeBeast really going full ham on them, but now the red team, all of a sudden, they got some action going here. They're trying to get the kill. It could be a kill on the Haka. He's in trouble. Pop the essence, but he's low. But they cannot get the kill. They can't get it. So, yep, he still survives. It's a 5 versus 5 with Jaina taking a lot of damage, but the shots are being fired into the middle. And I dare say it, is the first keep really gonna fall on the blue team side? Water Elemental gets licked right here. Now we have, oh, Muradin nearly dying. The isolation doesn't connect. Things are not flowing well for the blue team. They are really starting to have some trouble here. Oh, the dodge! Good ice block by Yasuo. That came in the last second possible, I gotta say. They got what they wanted. They got all of the hits. Experience is getting more and more even. Boss is up, so that could play a huge role here. How much damage does Lauber have with his smash? 35,000. A little bit more than Blaze, and he's also dead. There's that. 3 kills on him. Falsat hasn't died yet, and Sylvanas hasn't died. And with Muradin dying, what happens next? Boss, obviously. Duh. So here we go. We got an immediate move for the boss. They're trying to bait them in, and they follow. Jet propulsion was good, but wasn't good enough. They're zoning them out with a blizzard already. They're moving straight through it. They don't care. They just want more kills. They go for Brightwing, jumps out, but this is still dicey. They are slowing them down though. If they can just survive, but I don't think they can. Oh, Yasuo, you beast! Look at him. Nearly dying again, but then having his ice block ready, that saved the day. And honestly, kudos to them. They accomplished what they wanted to do. They wanted to make sure that the blue team doesn't take the boss, and that worked for them. Not bad. There's the drag though. Don't die now. Don't die now. You already prevented them from taking the boss. No. Just as Varian is back to business, he gets dropped. Not like this. Now we have level 20 for them. Rewind. Thornwood Vines get upgraded into Forest's Wrath. And they are just trying to farm them. They are trying to turn Heroes of the Storm into Farmville. And successfully at that, I might add. Down goes Brightwing. That's Jaina. Falstad is dead. And so is a Varian. That is an easy kill against 4. And that could even lead to the end of the game. Big battle right there, as you can see. They come in and they drop them all. Brightwing, Jaina, Falstad and Varian, and now they're going for the keep at the bottom of the map, and with everybody being dead, they have of course absolutely no qualms moving over towards the core and take them down here as well. A 2-0 lead with 13 kills, 2-6 now in this best of 5 series as LeBeast takes down carried captain on Sky Temple. Nicely done, well played. Two 2-0! Guys, I don't know what to tell you, but LeBeast, they're beasting it. They were able to take 2 games in a row. Now, I am not sold on Varian Smash. I am not sold on this, I gotta say. I'm looking at that and I'm just like, if you can maybe blow them up very quickly, then yes, but when I saw that High King's Quest at level 1, I was just like, oh boy, Lauber, please don't. And yeah, ever since he starts playing in an A too much, he all of a sudden comes in with a Haymaker, Muradin, with Varian Smash. He's been taken, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but he has completely lost it. So yeah, he's going full in A. You just give them another week or 2 and they're gonna play Shogun. It's gonna happen. So Jojo is getting banned. We're on Braxis. So normally on this map, they need to ban against Ixia. They need to ban Zarya, right? I would be surprised if they let that through. Normally what you also see banned, or at least picked very quickly, is that you have heroes with high mobility. There's the Zarya ban. Thank you, thank you. Alright, great. Chromie for the big poke. And, well, let's see what else we're getting. Hanzo, I mean, I would expect that we're going to get a Nubarak, for example, that can dive pretty easily. Genji is really good on the map. Rexa, obviously, for the side lane is a really good choice as well. As a support, we could even get Karazim. Anything that has mobility where you can just like jump between the lanes and all of that would really, really work for you. So I assume that something like that will be happening in most of the pick slots. At least at the beginning. And you deviate away from it a bit. There's Rexa, they get Stukov, so Rexa for the top lane, Stukov for the 4-man at the bottom, so that's already them off to a good start. Yeah, if they start with Stukov, I mean, then you could also go and try with either Varian, maybe Nubarak. Nubarak would go well with what they are doing right now, because it allows you to dive between the lanes, could be picked away or banned out. Ana is in. Not really a very mobile hero here for main, and they get Hoga for the top lane, okay. But let's see what the ban is, because if you have Stukov, I mean, the 2 heroes that, well, let's make it the 3 heroes. I guess Muradin is also going to be played or banned. So we're going to watch out for Anubarak and for Muradin in particular on the tank side. Both of them have mobility, both of them have a stun. Could go Varian and combo it off with Stukov. But all 3 that I just mentioned are able to combo quite nicely with Stukov himself. Interestingly enough, Garrosh is not really someone that would have been too afraid of. But what's the ban here going to be for carried captain? I think frontline ban kind of makes sense. You gotta keep Muck in mind a bit too, though. I mean, there's so many heroes still up. Sylvanas is up. By the way, Hanzo picked very early here as the first pick for Carried Captain. Just shows once again that they don't want bishops to have that hero. So they didn't ban it, but they picked it away. And there's the Sylvanas ban that leaves us with all the frontliners still. Should probably be happy that LeBeast didn't forget their ban in the first place, right? Alright, moment of truth a little bit. We need our tank, and I guess Mark is gonna pick last. Bishops doesn't really matter too much. You can always swap it around if they want to go for a curveball. Muradin and Gul'dan. Okay, so the wave clear coming in with Gul'dan. We get Muradin, Stormbolt into Stukov follow-up, Rexa in the big team fights that can also send Misha in to apply an additional stun. Not too bad. And, well, Carried Captain. Boys, you gotta step it up here. There's a Genji pick. Okay, double Shimada, brother. If one doesn't do the trick, then you just go for the double, and Lauber plays Diablo. Alright, let's see how far they can get with this. Braxis Holdout, they need to make a stand here. If they lose now, then it's an easy grand final participation for LeBeast. And Marke, the final pick for the team now. Genji would have probably been something that he would have been interested in, but that one's picked away. They already have Gul'dan, something a bit more mobile, might be nice. Final pick for map number 3, and it is Maiev again. Alright, here we go. Maiev tether into Stukov. Oof. Yep, it's rough. That's a good combo. That's a real nice team composition for them. Braxis Holdout, everybody. So let's go in game number 3 in the best of 5. 2-0 lead for the blue team, and the chance to send Carried Captain packing. Currently, there's nobody else getting carried over there. We on Maiev for the blue team. Mako and Gul'dan. We got Ixia and Stukov going into a Fetid Touch, and the ranged on level 1. We got Bishops on Rexa, starting things off with the Bird of Prey. Wave clear. Play is playing Muradin. And on the right side, the Shimada brothers. Tobos playing Hanzo, Yasuo on Genji, Mene on Anna, Copenhagen on Hogga, and Lauber with a Soul Shield on Diablo. No surprises when it comes to the lane split. Up at the top, as you would expect, we have our 1v1, and down here at the bottom, it is, as you can tell, party time already. So let's get the show on the road. Lauber, at the beginning at least, turns into a bit of a punching ball. But they're going to be aggressive, and Ui is the one that plays Maiev this time, so it's not Marke. They swapped it around a little bit. Part of me honestly would have loved to see Marke again on his hero, on the Maiev. Obviously, he is great on the mages as well, but with the performance that he showcased with her in one of the previous games, I believe it was Alterac Pass, that was pretty awesome, so that would have been great. But yeah, either way, Lauber is getting attacked once again, and this time it might lead to his demise. He's low, he's really low, and he's down. First blood Lauber. I haven't seen that in a long time, honestly, and it kind of felt bad, so now we're right in his comfort zone again. But, oh boy, this is not how you want to start this up. Problem is that Hogga isn't here, and Genji neither, because both of them are at the top, so that opens the entire wall up easy peasy, and that is way too much early game damage. Yeah, this is a bit tricky. Now, to be fair, they get at least the camp out of this. Now they just have to make sure that they're getting value out of the camp. If they can at least do that, then it was more or less worth it. Rexa on this map has, of course, a similar position or similar role than what he does on Dragonshire. You want to try and get lane experience here with him and also control the objective at the same time. One of the reasons why it's a little bit harder for him here is that Yasuo with Genji can easily rotate between the lanes and do stuff like this, where he just goes for Misha. This is honestly an unbearable situation. If Misha just gets sent in like this, then I don't think that's okay. And bear with me here. I mean, Rexa has obviously known that he likes Misha, but at the same time, I don't think that was nice. So yeah, she was trying to claw her way out of this one, but just couldn't. Inexcusable. The level 4 already in the bot lane. The trend continues. They're taking all of this down. The top battle is just still happening here. They're actually making plays for now Bishops and for Yasuo. So there's that. Bottom of the map, the attempt to reclaim that. Level 4 is now also available for the team in red. We got, in this case, by the way, the Hunter-Gatherer on level 4. 6 stacks already on the fetid touch. And playing around a little bit with the... playing at this point a little bit around also with the stacks on Gul'dan. I mean, obviously he wants to get his quest completed and by the time that he is level 16 to get the additional synergy. But there's a tether and Granny might be in trouble. Grandma is down. Easy kill on Ana. Nicely done. And lots of damage also from Malganyr, who with Gul'dan is able to capitalize on these situations when the tether comes through and just uses that. Here's another prime example. They're taking Diablo down and they're absolutely crushing this. Not only do they get the double kill, they also are able to now take the top control, and they have the one at the bottom that gives them already progress towards the first objective. Might be able to take the entire thing. And the bot lane fort has nearly fallen. And once this one's gone, that means the fountain is gone too, which makes this entire lane incredibly difficult for carried captain. They're not in a good spot here. This battle, Copenhagen is at least going to take Misha down, but eventually the rest of the team will move over. Already we have 88% on the progress. So that makes this a very successful objective no matter who wins it at the end of the day. This is not a winner takes all. Yeah, Genji is immediately met by resistance. And yeah, at the top, Misha has already reclaimed it. This one, on the other hand, could be a kill against Muradin, and it is! Swift strike hit, and they go for the second kill. Gul'dan is there too. Finally, a sign of life from carried captain. That one was very, very important. Yeah. If they wouldn't get that double kill, this just could have snowballed so hard. I mean, already they are, of course, behind. Losing the fort at the bottom of the map, as talked about earlier, as a problem. Oh, Misha! Look at that stun. That one was sick. Genji was still able to escape, and it seems Copenhagen has a chance of making it out too. Yeah, maybe not. No spin to win today, at least not in that situation. 4 kills to 2. Maiev made it out, but they haven't been able to retake this bot lane. 92% on the progress. Raxa in full control at the top, doing his thing. And down here, the end of Gul'dan. Gul'dan already dropped. Easy kill on him. Top side still pushing. Hogga is starting to come back in to help out. But once that this objective is claimed, well, they're actually pushing in. Oh, it's going through the top lane too. So if they actually get the objective with 100-0, then it should be able to take the top lane out, because they don't have to have a lot of people at the bottom of the map to defend against the red team's wave. And they themselves will likely be able to take the top completely. And yes, this is what it looks like right now. 100-0, that's the dream. And it seems like they can make this work. Yasuo, he gets some damage in, but he's not able to take bishops down. That would, of course, been fantastic. And now it's just a question of whether or not they can hold that fort, because at this point, it doesn't seem likely. Malganyr is getting more stacks together. He's sitting at 19 at this point in time. The kill against Hogga, as they're getting the move on. The wall breaks within seconds. Muradin with a side attempt. That's the jump out as Genji came in. But now we have a stun and a tether on Lauba. That's Diablo gone again. Hello? Team? There we go. Thank you. No? Still no? Lauba? Lauba? What? He got out. What? How did that happen? It felt like they only needed a single auto attack to make it work. I mean, they couldn't get Diablo, so they go for Genji. Get at least one kill. The fort is, by the way, gone in even easier fashion. They have level 10, everybody. They got level 10 and an entire level lead. The snowball is hard. They're turning that snowball into an avalanche at this point. They are absolutely murdering their top lane with a Horrify now putting Lauba in a real awkward spot again. Mad damage on him, and this time Diablo is down. They're trying for the keep. LeBeast. LeBeast, oh my god. They're moving through carried captain like hot butter through cheese, as they're easily dropping the fort. They drop the keep low. They're looking for more kills. Lauba died and lost his stacks, most of them that is. So now he's in trouble again. Gets tethered back in. Genji also desperately trying to make a difference here, as the red team is struggling to get level 10. 7 kills to 3, and it is just an utter disaster. There's the disc. Finally, heroics. Do they get them? Do they have a chance? Maybe they can make it an engage. Where's Hanzo? Where's the arrow? Tobos! Hit it, baby! Nah. Can't hit the arrow here. Misha was already starting to guard the direct angle. so wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything. They have to fall back, but at least they can fight now. Oh boy. There it is. Oh, into the apex! Wombo baby! And they don't get a kill. There's nothing more sad than when you see a properly executed apocalypse after a Hanzo arrow and it really syncs up and then they can't get a kill because they are not able to target the damage. Or they don't have enough heroes there. But the Wombo was executed well. Genji dies once again. He is having a tough time and now Lauber is also dead. Lord of Terror, my ass, weak as a kitten if you ask me. He gets just bullied around the entire time. He's like a wet dog over here. So 9 kills to 4. And the objective isn't even up again, so currently the blue team is just looking at it and they're like, well, what are we going to do now? We're going to take boss? Death timers aren't even high enough, so we can't do that either. But yeah. So they make a move straight for the camp. Down at the bottom of the map, the red team is trying to return the favor here. Hanzo's the only one that hasn't died on the red team yet. 33,000 damage for him. And yeah, it is a little bit rough. So at this point, camp after camp gets claimed. They work towards level 13. That's the main reason, or the main thing they want to do. Marker with the dodge. That arrow could have been a disaster. Can you imagine if the arrow hits and all 3 of them are affected by it? They might have been able to finally get that kill. Instead, the fight turns now against them. So yeah, they're on the run again. Genji is trying to X-Strike out and is able to make it happen. Lauber gets caught and he dies. But the play that made all of this possible is right here. Check that arrow out. Arrow is coming in from the bottom right. And then Marke and the rest of the team with the easy dodge right there. And that allows them to then turn it a second later. So job well done. 13 to 11, 6 kills ahead, 2 levels ahead, top under pressure. Marke, on the other hand, gets killed by Genji. Hogger dies at the same time, and Anna is also in real trouble since the Stormbolt of Pei connects. It's starting to run out of mana, so they can't follow up on this one. But the top keep is gone. So another keep that gets destroyed, and that was the final structure. Are you kidding? Hello? Really? Can someone please try and save this? They attacked the boss here for... I mean, this... Copenhagen with a perfect spray. It doesn't get any better than that. Oh, that spray was so on point. He's like, the fuck? Yeah, Menes commits Sudoku. Menes just moving in, committing Sudoku. Honorable Subaru from Anna. And we got also Dibbles taken out. So yeah, they are realizing this is starting to fall apart. Copenhagen, he accepted his fate. Tobos is jumping around a little bit, but I guess at this point they have just given up. They know that this is over. The objective has been taken, and once that you're up against another 100% Zerg wave with multiple heroes down, you know that this is just... yeah, this is just over. They're gonna fun around a bit, but at the end of the day, I think we all know how this game is going to end. They tried, but it's just way too big of a lead at this point. Once they locked the objective in, this was more or less a foregone conclusion. And starting a reverse sweep from this position is just not happening. So at this point, the red team, they're going to be in for the fun. They're going to try and get a couple of kills. But unless the impossible happens, this one is over. Top keep is down, bottom keep is down. Here we go, 15 to 5 kills. Big damage, no level 13 yet. And that's the move straight for the core and victory. Arrow missing completely, straight to an A. Diablo gets nano boosted. Boosted Dibbles as usual. But here we have now a move for the core, and that is going to be another victory for LeBeast. As they take down Carried Captain with a 3-0 victory here at the Losers Bracket final at the Nexus Cup. And move on to the grand final to face off against Team WA. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.